We're here at the MasterCard Center where the Maple Leafs have just finished practice. The Leafs are going to play their 5th game in 8 nights tomorrow. I know everyone's excited about the honoring of Mats Sundin, but there's a hockey game to be played too, and I think there's a lot to be said about that.
Well, yeah, and especially if you look at the standings, Rob, with Washington right there, with Winnipeg right there. Tampa has been coming on a little bit, Buffalo. So there's still 30-something games left, and when you look at the standings, those teams can't be counted out. So, yeah, it's great that Mats is celebrated tomorrow night. I think it's something that is a long time coming. But at the same time, you got to worry about getting back to the playoffs, because the last time the Leafs were in the playoffs, Mats was still playing.
Exactly, and the Leafs have lost 2 in a row. Only once this season have they lost 3 in a row, and they'll obviously be trying to avoid that, despite being weary, playing their 4th game in 6 nights, something Ron Wilson addressed after practice today.
Ron, you talked about the busy week, 4 games in 6 nights, and so much of your team's game is based on skating. Does it affect them more than another team because of that?
Well, it would. But then in those times when you don't quite have your legs, you've got to play with your head a little bit more. But that's tough too when you're mentally tired as well as physically tired. And last night you saw us give the puck away in the second period 3 times, and it resulted in goals against. So each player has to understand what his energy level is and make adjustments to his game.
Mike, you covered Mats Sundin for almost a decade. What do you think of in terms of his career when you look at his whole body of work?
I think mostly, Rob, is consistency. It seemed every year, although a lot of people in Toronto always thought he should be a 105, 110-point guy, every year, 90 points, 90 points, 90 points. And I think the most important thing is the fact that since Mats has been gone, what is the one thing that this team has coveted the most that they don't have is a big center. And it's kind of ironic because in Mats's tenure in Toronto, the kind of Achilles heel was the team was he never had those big time wingers to play with. Now they have wingers and they don't really have that big centerman. So, but you know what? His legacy is what it is. He's the leading scorer of all time for the Leafs, and I think it'll be a great ceremony.
For the Toronto Sun at the MasterCard Center in Etobicoke, I'm Rob Longley with Mike Zeisberger.